realization on women's faces when they finally really realize how evil men are and how much they don't like women is kind of similar to the look that you see on a child's face when you first tell them that the tooth fairy isn't real.
Toxic men have a secret that they don't want women to know. And that secret is that they are evil.
I'm gonna explain a concept that all of you guys should know about men. This is gonna be painful, so grab some tissue. So it's like a very sick cycle. I'm sorry. Basically, a man will like you, right? He'll be interested in you, right? He will pursue you, right? He will get with you, right? You'll be in your honeymoon stage, you'll be in love with him, right?
And then he'll start being disrespectful, rude, crossing boundaries. That can be a lot of things. It can be as simple as calling you out your name, which is not simple, but you know what I mean.
Y'all, I truly be in disbelief when a man look at me and he don't think, wow, I should probably treat her right so she can be in my life. Like, I be looking at myself like, who wouldn't?
So in the last video I did, we talked about how broke women are.
Yep.
And we looked at the income disparities between women and men.
Yep.
But I feel we need to take a different turn.
Love is for the world. It's always hate. B-side ladies.
In today's video, we're going to be discussing a long-awaited topic. Are men evil?
Say, hold up, wait a minute.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, you don't.
We often hear feminists, rad femmes, pro-black women, alt-right women, rad femme-leaning women constantly talk about the plight of women.
Yep.
How men are dangerous, how men can't be trusted, but we're going to do a deep dive into this topic, and of course, I will be presenting facts, data, and statistics that you can go look up yourself. But before we get into that, go ahead and show this video some love and like the video. And if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel because it helps the algorithm and it helps the channel grow.
Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Ow.
Are women's apex predator. 91% of rape and assault cases are done to women. 99% of perpetrators are men. 2% of convicted rapists go to prison. And the majority of the time, the offender is someone that the woman knows or is dating. That does not seem very equal to me.
91% of victims are women. It sounds scary, doesn't it? But it's extremely misleading.
He ain't lying.
For almost a century, by definition, only women could be victims. If it happened to a man, it just didn't count. You see, for the longest time, statistics and definitions were specifically tailored to strengthen the narrative of men harming women. Also, assault on men looks different. If, in addition to forceful penetration, you include statistics about men being forced to penetrate, then the numbers look basically equal. If you compound that with the societal stigma against being a male victim, which means that crimes against men are hugely underreported, you'll see that saying that 91% of victims are women is extremely misleading.
Yep.
And it clearly makes her claim that 99% of perpetrators are men an outright lie. And so is the claim that only 2% of convicted offenders go to prison, when according to the United States Sentencing Commission, the actual number is 99.5%.
And see, this is the common lie that a lot of women typically use. They'll say, well, all men are bad, all men are evil, all men are dogs, all men till it's no man. It may not be all men, but it's always a man. We have to stop generalizing all men.
Stop it. Get some help.
You can't say all men because there's billions of men on the face of the planet. 166.1 million men are currently in the United States alone.
Exactly.
Do you know all of these men?
No.
Do you interact with all of these men?
No.
On a daily basis?
No.
Absolutely not. So when we talk about men and crimes against women, it's important to realize that there are good people, there are bad people that deserve to be locked up. There are good people that shouldn't be blamed for the crimes and sins of the bad. Understand?
The crazy part is you will hear men complain more about the male loneliness epidemic or feminism than you will hear them talk about any of these things.
This is misleading because it's not one or the other. You can care about both. But if there is a bias in focus, it's because society has already reached a consensus about sexual assault and what to do about it. The average sentence is 213 months. If you force yourself on a woman, you will pay for it with 17 years of your life. No one is campaigning to reduce this. Men agree with you. It's a crime. If you're proven guilty, then the punishment should be severe. For that topic, a consensus has been reached, but not so for male loneliness.
Men rely on these bad men to make themselves look like good men in contrast.
This is projection. She imagines that men do this because this is how she thinks. As the research has consistently shown, it is women, not men, who primarily derive their self-esteem from comparison.
Since they rely on this contrast to evade accountability, they will never actually protect us from these bad men. As long as these bad men exist, we women need these good men to protect us. The problem is, that's a lie.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
And this is the narrative that women like to speak about. They always want to say, well, we need to be scared of men, fear men, we don't know. Well, let's dive into that.
Okay, let's return to her claim that men will never stand up to bad men who mistreat women because we rely on the comparison of ourselves to those bad men in order to feel good. 10 years ago, these YouTubers wanted to raise awareness about domestic violence against women. So they filmed a man assaulting a woman in public. And guess who comes to her rescue? Men.
What did you say?
And guess who comes to her rescue? Men.
Men, we don't know what we did.
The men came quickly and in numbers, ready to physically put their safety on the line to protect a stranger.
Well, my.
Do you want to guess what happened when they switched the roles? When they had a woman who was physically assaulting a man in public? It's exactly what you're expecting. When a woman is assaulting a man in public, she gets a free pass. There's no sympathy for the male victim. No one intervenes to protect him. But please, continue with your narrative that all men are awful and all women are victims.
We're going to look at the perpetrators of violence against women. And I want you to look at this. This is coming from the RAINN website. This is a verifiable site that specifically talks about women, SA, DV, and crimes against women. As a matter of fact, if you're a feminist watching this video, you probably have this website bookmarked already.
He ain't lying.
Because these are the things that they use against men to try to say, wait a minute, all men aren't good because of this and because of that.
And now for some rapid fire facts.
I want you to pay very close attention to the numbers on the screen. 39% of men that harm women are committed by an acquaintance. Meaning an acquaintance is somebody you might have just met, you might not know this person 100%, but it's committed by an acquaintance. Also, committed by a current or former spouse, boyfriend or girlfriend. And I want you to pay close attention to girlfriend. See, women also hurt women.
Yep.
They want to push a narrative that it's just men hurting women. Absolutely not. When we already know that lesbian and woman-on-woman relationships have the highest rates of DV against women.
He ain't lying.
So when you're pushing a narrative that's clearly false, it always can be disproven.
Got him.
Let's look at some more stats. The majority of children and teen victims knew the perpetrator. So this whole thing about it's a stranger and a guy crossing the road is gonna hurt you, or a random guy at a train station, more than likely it's committed by somebody you know.
He ain't lying.
Somebody that you know and trust. It's not a stranger. It's not the barista at Starbucks that makes your coffee. It's not somebody that started work with you 3 days ago. 93% knew the perpetrator. 59% were acquaintances. 34% were family members. 7% were strangers. That's a very, very low number. Because we're trying to push a narrative that all men are evil, and you don't know all men to say that they're all evil. And there's something else that we have to talk about. If you know the pattern of crime, and if you study crime and punishment, you will understand that the majority of people that harm women have been convicted of at least one or more crime prior to them carrying out harm against women. Don't believe me? Perpetrators of violence against women often have criminal histories. This is a fact that these women clearly leave out when you're talking about harm against women. They make you think that, oh, this is a random guy coming at you at night in the park, or it's a random guy walking across the street.
I'm so scared right
No,
now.
it's not a random guy. These people that hurt women often have criminal histories. Perpetrators are often serial criminals. I want to say that again for the feminist in the back. Perpetrators are often serial criminals, meaning this is not something that they do once. These are repeat offenders. Out of every 1,000 suspected perpetrators referred to prosecutors, 370 have at least one prior felony conviction, including 100 who have 5 or more. 520 will be released either because they posted bail or for other reasons while awaiting trial. 70% of the released perpetrators will be arrested for committing another crime before their case is decided. So let's stop this false narrative, ladies. Men are not evil. Men are not going to harm you. You don't have to live in fear of men. Because that's the feminist agenda that's being pushed out to the younger generation.
Yep.
And what's going to happen is we're going to continue to see the alt-right, the Me Too, the New Age feminists, and they're going to continue to push and push and push this narrative that men are evil. And it's just going to further erode relationships, marriage, family, and community. And I want you to pay very close attention to what I'm going to say. This is for the pro-black women that always want to say that black men are garbage, black men can't do anything right. I want you to pay very close attention to what I'm about to say because it talks about the ethnicity or race of the perpetrators.
Oh, shit.
Who do you think is going to be the highest number? %57% are white men.
Got your ass.
57% are white men. So when you get online and you push a narrative that black men are violent, black men are this, black men are that, black men, you're purposefully ignoring the fact that white men commit more crimes against women than black men. This is what it all comes down to. A lot of women have believed, continue to push anti-male propaganda. They often use words such as men aren't holding men accountable. Guess what? The criminal justice system created by men holds men accountable. The police force, which is predominantly male, holds men accountable. If a man commits a crime, a man will be arrested and held accountable. So when women like to say men don't hold other men accountable, the entire criminal justice system as a whole continues to hold men and criminals accountable.
Yep.
So, be that as it may, it's time for the feminists, the alt-right, and the pro-black women to put to rest this crazy narrative that we're all just a bunch of evil men who can't do anything right.